Beamers, the Benz, the Porsches. All of my fans, I know they're supporting. Style with nothing but look at us now. Whoever's supporting, I'm making you proud. Whoever's supporting, I'm making you proud. Salvage Nation, look at the squad. We're up in the front line, look at the car. Look at the car.
Let me finally introduce you to my 2018 BMW M140i. Hello mate, been waiting.
Total is 404.87.
I picked up two of these bad boys. Yeah, 404, see? Yeah. I'm biting the bullet.
We love the Beamers, the Benz, the Porsches. All of my fans, I know they're supporting. Style with nothing but look at us now. Whoever's supporting, I'm making you proud. Whoever's supporting, I'm making you proud. Salvage Nation, look at the squad. We're up in the front line, look at the car. Look at the car.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode from your boy D at Salvage Nation. You see this grin? It's because this is the official start of my prototype BMW M140i. Now, I introduced this car to you guys in a previous episode when I was telling you about the garage and the plans for that. I have been active, believe me. If you remember, I had the M135i. I thought it was the best build that I've done. I fell in love with that car, but I sold it for the better of the channel. I loved it that much. I ended up and I got a newer version, which is the M140i. And this thing sounds crazy. And I gave you a brief introduction into this car, but I thought it's only right that this gets its own build series because there's a ton of work that we need to do. Just look at it, it's a complete mess. There's a ton of work that we've got to do and we're going to be getting started in this episode. So like I said before, it's a prototype car. We're going to be doing a lot of prototyping for lots of different things, different mods, etc, etc. But first we have to rebuild it because I want the car to be in a running state safely before we get started with all of that. Speaking of which, you saw in the previous episode, I already started prototyping our new steering wheel. We fitted that new digital dial on the top and the steering wheel is yet to go over to Valentino over at VPEX Trims where he's going to be doing a custom upholstery session. Like, it's going to be crazy. But for today, I want to get the car outside. I'm going to give you a full walk around once that happens. But before I do, I need to sort out all of this mess. There's a ton of hoses and pipes and I need to get the cooling system all sorted to get this car fully up and running. But first I've got BMW coming down in the next 15 minutes. They should be here, I've just called them. They're gonna deliver a radiator for me. Now like I said to you, I've been waiting for a radiator for this car for ages because the radiator is actually busted on the car. Now, one of my subscribers actually emailed me and told me, I've got a radiator for you mate, 950 quid. And my only response was to laugh. I'm not gonna pay 950 quid for a radiator, man. However, I did have to pay 360, including the VAT, plus some other little bits and bobs, and it's gonna be a bit juicy. So let's go down, meet BMW, and then we'll come back here and get all of this sorted. Hello mate, been waiting. Thank you, just stick them anywhere there.
Total is 404.87.
Yeah, 404, see? Yeah. I'm biting the bullet.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
404.87 for a radiator.
Well, and the other bits of
yeah, those are all the plastics that goes around the radiator.
Yeah.
It had to be done. I've been waiting a few months to find this. Can't find it used, can't find it anywhere, so I just bit the bullet. Thank you very much, man. Have a nice day, yeah? Alright you guys, so as you just saw, BMW came down. I got some plastic moldings for that radiator. This is the actual radiator, just the water rad. £408 I paid for all of this stuff. This is, I'll show it to you, the replacement hose for this. This is what's left of it. And I picked up a replacement hose right here. So new rad, replacement hose, some siding. These are the plastics at the side of the rads. And then I picked up two of these bad boys. These are the mountings that actually hold everything onto the mounts that are on the car right now. So what I'm gonna do is assemble all of these and I'll show you what it looks like. All right guys, so this is the completed rad pack. This is that side plastic that I told you about. The fans were okay. I already had purchased a charge air cooler and these are just the rest of the plastics that I bought. And as you can see, got a brand new rad on there, and now this is ready to fit onto this car. So, let go. There you go, guys, rad is in place. Now I've got a few more pipes and an auxiliary radiator to fit, and then we can get on with the front slam panel. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and I've fitted all the radiators, including this tiny little auxiliary one. That's a brand new unit I had to buy, and the cage. Like, the parts for this M140 are through the roof. But, yeah, like I said, there comes a point in Salvage where you can't wait anymore, and you just have to keep going. And you have to just bite the bullet and do what you need to do. And that's what I've done here. So, rad pack is in, front slam panel is on temporarily. What I want to do is start the car up and give it some water and make sure that there are no leaks before emptying it out and putting in some coolant. So that's the plan now. Once that's all done, we'll take the car outside, and then I can give you a full walk around of the Salvage Nation M140. Alright guys, so it's the next morning here. I left everything on. The car was running for ages, the fan's working, no leaks, everything has been a success. So now we've got to clear a few cars, move a few bits, and get this car outside. So I'm excited for this. Since we got the car, it's literally just been sat for months and months and months. Now it's the first time we can get it outside and see how it feels, actually get some movement. Most of it's already gotten started, so let me not waste any time. Let's get the car out. Guys, I've waited for this moment for a long time. Yep. Yes guys, tell me how this car sounds. It sounds crazy, right? Let me finally, officially introduce you to my 2018 BMW M140, which is going to be the new Salvage Nation build, and we're going to be pushing this car to the limits. The guys over at XHP, which is a gearbox flashing company, and also the guys from MHD Tuning over in Holland has already sponsored this build, and they're going to be providing me with all the maps and software that I need to push this to the limits. Obviously, we're going to get to a certain boundary when it comes to certain hardware, but stay tuned in this build. We're going to be upgrading those hardwares, and then we're going to be heading back to those guys, XHP and MHD Tuning, who are going to be helping me to push this to the limits and beyond. But guys, this is Salvage Nation M140i. So guys, we're going to start with the front end. The car did have the front slam panel. The guy that I bought the car from, he supplied that. However, there was no radiator. And I've explained the rides already, so I don't need to go into detail in that. The car's got no chassis damage. It's literally been a stripped car, and I just have to buy a ton of parts. That's literally it. If you remember my blue M140i, do you remember when I upgraded it? I went and I bought a breaker car from Copart, just like I did, so that's where I got the idea from. These are some parts that I had in my storage yard for over 2 years, and I was gonna throw it out, but look, ended up needing it because this wing that was on the car, it was missing. So I had this already, so I've saved myself 100 quid there. I got a set of headlights from a guy Connor down at Franklin Spares down in London. That's a company down in Essex. I've always kind of spoke about them, but coming around to the passenger side, have a look. It's just a bit mucky, but the wing has no damage, the door has no damage, and this rear door has no damage. Coming around to the rear, there's no damage on the rear at all, other than the splitter down at the bottom, so I need to get a new spoiler kit down for the bottom. Coming around to this driver's side, like I said, the car had no damage. These are the doors from the breaker side because it was missing these 2 doors, but the breaker that I bought had a big old hole there, so I'm going to try to repair that, but it's alloy. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to repair it, but who knows. Coming to the interior, as you can see, everything is still a mess in here. I need to tighten up all of the screws and nuts and bolts for the seats. That's the new NBT system that I fitted, and obviously I need to change the dash. The car's got Harman Kardon. I need to get that all coded up, and this is my prototype steering wheel. You saw it was fully working. I've disconnected it, but it's fully functioning. I just need to get it upholstered, which I will be doing. Now on the front end, I need to get a bonnet, and I was thinking instead of getting a standard bonnet, I'm contemplating the idea of getting one of those CS bonnets. It's a lot more aggressive and it's going to look crazy on this car, and I need a front bumper. And once again, I'm in 2 minds. Should I do the M2 front end conversion? I've seen a lot of the bumpers now. You can actually get the bumper with the correct light fitment for the F20, but it looks like the M2. Should I get that or should I stick to standard? Let me know in the comments. Now, you heard the car just now when I revved it. It has got a few pops and bangs. That's because I've already installed the MHD app. I haven't installed the mappers yet, but I've installed the pops and bangs, or burbles as they call it, and I've set it to low. But once the car's done, we're going to be taking it on a rolling road and I can adjust that map. And once I install the actual map, trust me, this thing is going to do some damage. So guys, this has been an official introduction to, I am gassed about this car, my M140i, which I'm going to be rebuilding and taking it to the moon. If you want to see how we get on with this car, subscribe to the channel. This is where we're going to head off. And if you enjoyed this episode, press the like button. And like I always say, keep it moving. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, why don't you check out one of my previous videos on the left? There's plenty in the playlist. And if you want to know more about the Salvage game, why don't you become a member of Salvage Nation, and I'll be there to guide you along the way. And don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram if you want to get an inside scoop before YouTube.